Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and happy Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me. Guys, this week's YouTube video has been Struggle City. So this is literally take two and I hate having to redo YouTube videos, but basically I wanted to do come drive with me, we'll get a coffee, we'll sit down, we'll go through the assumptions, cute little coffee date basically, and catch up. And yeah, it just did not go to plan. It is really hard to film in a car without a car mount. Also, it is roasting, so my camera kept shutting off halfway through. I was sweating. I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna film it today, I'm too flustered. But I was like, no, it's fine, get over it. This stuff happens sometimes. So yeah, this is actually take two of this week's YouTube video. So if you can't tell from the title of the video already, this week we are going to be doing an assumptions about me. So I asked you guys for some assumptions that you thought of me on Instagram. I did say don't hold back, and you definitely didn't. We have some really juicy ones. I feel like we're gonna find out a lot of new information today. If you thought we were close before, we're definitely going to be close now. So yeah, I'm going to jump straight into it. I'm not going to do the easy ones first. We're going to jump in with the juicy ones because I know everyone's here for a bit of Sunday afternoon tea. So the first assumption was you twist the truth about how consistent you are with the gym. So no, I definitely don't. I think I'm quite honest. If I miss a gym session, I definitely tell you guys. I think if I was lying about how consistent I was being, I'm just creating this false narrative. And I think with me, yeah, I go to the gym and I eat well and all that kind of stuff, but I'm also just a normal person. If I have events or if I have things like that come up, I will miss it, and I'll tell you guys that. So I would never ever lie about going to the gym if I wasn't going to the gym, because I feel you guys enjoy more kind of me being a normal person, in the way that sometimes I can't be asked to go to the gym. Sometimes I do wake up and I don't want to go. Very rarely, but it does happen, and when it does, I'll share that with you guys, because it's completely normal to feel like that sometimes, and it's normal to have those dips in motivation. So I'd hate to not show that side of it, to make you guys feel like that was abnormal and that you shouldn't be experiencing those days. So no, I definitely don't twist the truth about going to the gym. The next one, which I think was the most common one, was basically saying you're from a rich family or you have a privileged background. So I will be the first to say I have been so fortunate in my life. My family are the most supportive family in the world, and when I say supportive, I mean emotionally supportive, but also with that they have been very financially supportive of me. My mum and dad both own their own businesses. They have worked so hard for everything they have. Neither of them were born into masses of money, so everything they have is self-made, and they've been the best role models I could ever ask for. And along with that, and them having good jobs and making good amounts of money, we did have a really lovely childhood and we went on really nice holidays. But me and my sister were never spoiled. We were always taught to really work for everything we wanted, and I feel my parents have really instilled that drive in both of us, and I feel that's why I'm so self-motivated and driven now, especially being financially driven. I definitely think that comes from my mum and dad, from them giving me a lovely upbringing but also not spoiling me. So I knew the value of what they were giving me all the time. So yeah, we were definitely very supported. Like I said, they always taught us the value of money. So from the age of 16 we had jobs. When we were younger than that, we'd work days in my mum's shop to earn pocket money. So we always worked for our money. We were never just handed anything on a plate. This one made me laugh so much. Somebody said you get a lot of guys slide into your DMs. No, I really don't. And somebody said this to me the other day, and they were like, who's the most famous person in your DMs? And I was like, no one. And she was like, oh no, come on. No, genuinely, I've never had any guys in my DMs, never any famous names or anything like that. Obviously I have a boyfriend, so it doesn't really faze me anyway, but no, never had any boys in my DMs really. So obviously when I posted this, I said make them as juicy as possible. That means I can't get a bee under my bonnet about what some of you guys say. However, this one got to me. It did get my back up a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. So somebody said you aren't into your boyfriend as you don't want to live with him after all this time. So honestly, I jump into defense mode and I'm like, I love my boyfriend. Me and Joe have been together for 3 years this year. A massive proportion, a year of our relationship was spent in lockdown. So we both lost a year of our lives basically, where we couldn't really do things either together or with our friends. And I just think because of that, we've never rushed into anything. And when I made the decision to live by myself this year, it was something that I really, really wanted to do because I'm a very independent person. I love my own company. With this job as well, like I kind of wanted the environment to give it everything and to be able to film all the time and constantly create content, and I wouldn't have been able to do that living with someone else, especially not with Joe because he also works from home. So I made that decision. I'm very happy with my decision. However, now because I've like lived by myself, I do feel a lot more ready to live with him. If I'd have jumped into that living situation and if he'd have jumped into it a few months ago, we wouldn't have been ready. And I think now, because I want it, I'll be so much more excited for it when it does happen. There was no need for us to live together just because that's what everyone else is doing. So I am definitely into my boyfriend. Thank you for addressing that. I definitely am. We just weren't in the right time of our lives to do that a few months ago. However, in a year or so's time, I'm sure we will be, and I'm sure it's something that we will look into. But yeah, I'm definitely into my boyfriend, and it's not that I don't want to live with him. It just, the timing wasn't right, and I guess like we just really, really wanted to make it like the right thing. And with this, like, living with someone is like an undoable decision in my mind. Like I would never move in and move out. So when I do move in with Joe, I want it to be like 110% the right decision. So somebody said, you have secret snacks in your what I eat in a day videos. No, I definitely don't. I feel like, again, with the like workout thing, if I did, I would show you guys because I would never want to kind of, I don't know, like if I want to have a snack, I'll have a snack and I'll put it in the video. But I kind of plan my snacks in, and I am quite strict with myself and I stick to my meal plan, so I don't ever really like pick at things. I definitely go through phases of picking at things, but in general I don't, and I do just kind of like stick to my plan and eat my meals throughout the day. So no, I don't have secret snacks, and I definitely would put them in to show you guys that like obviously I was having them, and if I had a big off plan day I would go off plan and just show you guys. But with my like what I eat in a day videos, like they're kind of pre-planned, so I just follow the structure of them. But no, I definitely don't have secret snacks. I would show you guys if I did, don't worry. So this one was an interesting one. Somebody said, you're more insecure now that you've had a boob job. Sorry. So don't worry, it's fine. I will say that since having my boob job, I definitely have felt more insecure showing my body on Instagram, purely because I'm very conscious of the fact that I've had something done, I've told people about it, and I get worried that people will say something negative. The thing with boob jobs is that they take a while to settle into your body. They do sit quite high. Like mine is still sat quite high. They're still a bit hard. So they do take a while to like soften and fluff up. And I'm very conscious of that. And I would hate for someone to, I don't know, make a comment like, oh God, why are your boobs so high and stuff, when they're still like settling in and I've not got the full results yet. So I think I felt a bit conscious to post my body in case anyone does make a comment, and I have to then like defend myself and kind of like argue back with them about like, oh no, like they are settling and things like that. So I guess because of that, I felt a bit insecure about showing my body on Instagram, because I'm happy with my decision. I'm not insecure about the fact that I've had a boob job. I love the fact that I have. I love the results I've had. I think I just felt a bit nervous to share them on Instagram and kind of open them up to everybody else's opinion, basically. So yeah, maybe I guess I was semi-insecure about it because of those reasons, but not because of the fact that I wasn't happy with my decision. Maybe just more because posting pictures with your boobs out and things like that when you had a boob job does sometimes allow nasty people on the internet to kind of make comments and things like that. So I guess that was always in the back of my mind. Someone said, I assume you're always in a good mood. I think so, yeah. Like, I think I definitely have moments and days where I feel really down and sad, and I think sometimes with social media, like, I don't share that at the time. I share it when I'm reflecting on it, because I'm able to kind of say what I've learned from it and able to look at it more positively. And I think in the moment, like, I don't want to come on camera and be a bit sad or anything like that. And I'm getting better at it, because I think you guys kind of need to see like the ups and the downs, and that not everything is always like sunshine and rainbows and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of enjoy seeing that like real side to other like influencers online. So I definitely do try to show a bit more of that now. However, I also know that like a lot of people come to my page for like that positivity and for that bit of motivation. So I never want them to come onto my page and be like, oh God, this has just made me feel worse. So I definitely tried to keep everything positive and in a good mood. My feet, Oh my goodness, I've got the worst pins and needles in the world. Oh my god, pins and needles is actually just the worst thing in the world, isn't it? Oh, I'm just gonna have to ride this one out. You're supposed to like wiggle your toes, aren't you? So, oh, they're still there. So going back to that, I think I'm a very positive person. I like to say that. I try to see the best in every situation. I always try to rationalize everything and put it into perspective. So I would say 90% of the time I'm in a good mood. There is a 10% where I can be very grumpy. If you catch me an hour after I should have eaten when I've not eaten and I'm hangry, probably not the nicest person then. Somebody said, you care a lot about what people think of you. No. If you are in my circle and you have a problem, then I care about what you think, and of course I will talk to you about it. However, if you're not within my circle of friends and you have an opinion on me, the truth is you don't actually know me. So I think obviously with being on social media and stuff, everybody has an opinion on everyone. However, unless you've met me personally, I would struggle to care what your opinion is. And I'd like to think that if you met me personally, then you would have a good opinion of me. But yeah, until you've met me personally and interacted with me, I can't say that I would give your opinion the time of day because you don't genuinely know me. And I think that's something that I've learned with social media is when I started, I used to care so much, and if I'd get a negative comment or something, I'd be so upset about it. But the truth is, if you've just seen one of my TikToks and you've left a comment about me being stuck up or anything like that, I'm just like, you've seen 30 seconds of my whole life. How can you make that judgment on me? So the truth is, until you have all the facts, you can't make the judgment. So no, I wouldn't say I care too much about what other people think about me. Obviously, just my friends within my friendship group. So somebody said, you seem like a really kind girl, but you don't take anyone's shit and you have a small close circle. I definitely have a small close circle. With the don't take anyone's shit stuff, it's hard. Like, I definitely am a bit of a people pleaser, and it's something that I've really tried to work on this year. Even within my friendship groups, like sometimes I don't like to kind of be outspoken with my opinion because I don't want to upset other people and I don't want to be difficult in situations. So I will just kind of go with the flow, sometimes at the expense of my own feelings and at the expense of like what I would want. It's something that I'm really trying to work with, and it's something that since being with Joe, he's always trying to like build me up to kind of like have a bit more of a backbone essentially, because it's something that he really recognized when we first went out. He used to be like, well, why wouldn't you just say something? And I'd be like, oh well, I just wouldn't, because I'd rather just not, and I'd rather not like speak my truth in case it upsets anyone else. So it's definitely something that I work on. Joe is quite the opposite and definitely doesn't take anyone's shit and is a bit more outspoken, so I always try to take a leaf out of his book in that sense. But sometimes I would just rather go with the flow if I'm going to be the only difficult one. I don't know, like it's definitely something I'm trying to work with. But in terms of if someone was not being very nice to me, I definitely wouldn't take anyone's shit. I think I'm at an age now where you don't need that. You don't need drama with your friends or your friendship group. So if I felt like I was having drama with someone, I would ideally just cut that friendship loose, because we're obviously not benefiting each other's lives, and friendships are supposed to benefit each other's lives. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't take shit if they were being like personally mean to me, but I definitely have been known and have been called a people pleaser by my friends sometimes. Somebody said you don't really want kids. I think this has probably come from the fact that like previously in videos I've said like how I couldn't think of anything worse than kids, but I've had a lot of thought over this recently, and the thing is like I do definitely want children in my life, and I think sometimes having PCOS and endometriosis does cause that question in your head of, will it be hard for me to have children? Will I be able to have children? And I know that's not necessarily the case, and some women with PCOS can just have children and there's no problems, but there's always been that kind of question, and I wonder whether my answer to like having kids has always been so defensive to almost protect myself, because I know in my heart like I do want children and I'm gonna have children and I want a family, and I think sometimes it's easier to not want kids if you don't know if that's going to be a problem for you, because it kind of protects you from that hurt. So I've just been doing a lot of reflection on that recently, and sometimes I feel like that's why my answer is so defensive, and I'm always like, oh god, can't think of anything worse than kids, because I'm like, no, I do want them eventually, definitely not now, not for a good few years. I definitely want to live my life first, but yeah, there will definitely be a family in my life at some point, however that appears, whether it's through having a child, whether it's through adopting a child, whichever way, there will definitely be children in my life at some point. So yeah, definitely do. I just think sometimes if my answer seems a bit defensive to that question, maybe it is just me trying to like protect myself from that. Someone said deep down you'd like to get more plastic surgery. No, quite the opposite. I think since having my boob job, I've really kind of like had a chat with myself and said like this was a really big thing. Like I had my boob job and then dyed my hair blonde within the space of 2 weeks, and I was like, oh my god, I'm a whole new person. And I know I don't look that different, but it was a lot of change. And I think I kind of said to myself, look, like you've just gone and done these things, like it's kind of time to take a little step back, take a little chill. Like there's a bug flying around my face. It's almost time to like take a step back. Like you've had a really big thing, like you don't need to go overboard, because I know it can be a really slippery slope. And sometimes when you have an insecurity and you see how easy it is to like kind of fix it and change it, it can be really easy to get caught up in that and be like, okay, well now I'm just gonna go and get this thing done, and now I'll get this thing done. So I'm definitely trying to reel it in a bit. I never ever want to look like I've ever had work done, and obviously having a boob job is a massive thing, so I'm not gonna go straight from having a boob job to having any more surgery. There's definitely no more plastic surgery I'd want, like definitely not. I will actually say that for a fact. I will never have any more plastic surgery in my whole entire life. Filler and stuff potentially, but yeah, definitely not any more plastic surgery. And the last one that we will finish on today is you don't want to get married. I definitely do. Like I am so excited to be proposed to be engaged, to be a fiance. Like I badger Joe all the time, not because I want to get married anytime soon. Like it's not going to happen for me and Joe for like a while. Like we don't even live together, but I am always like, oh, like what kind of ring would you get me? Like where would we get married? Like I just love the idea of getting married. It's just so exciting to me. But obviously, like I said earlier, it always makes me laugh. My circle is so small and Joe's is so big, so our wedding is going to be 80% of like Joe's family and friends, and then like 20% of my family and a few of my friends, which is fine. It is going to be so much fun, and I am so excited for when that chapter of my life does come. But again, like if I had that now, I wouldn't have that to look forward to. There's so many like amazing life goals and life steps that are going to come up over the next few years. Like I would hate to rush them and not have anything to look forward to. Like moving in by myself was like the biggest chapter that like I've kind of completed myself, and then obviously I think the next one will be like moving in with Joey and then getting engaged and then getting married and then kids after that. But like I want those things to be really spaced out. Like I want to be engaged for a while and like plan the perfect wedding and then get married and then kind of live in that honeymoon bubble for a long time, then have kids. Like there's a lot that I still have to look forward to in life, and I just definitely don't want it to like happen all at once. And then yeah, I know there's still other things to look forward to after you get married and have kids. I'm not saying that your life basically ends after you have children, but those are just like the big life chapters that like you always look forward to, and like I just want to have them at the right time when like it feels right and I've had the build-up of excitement and I'm ready for them as well. So that is today's assumptions about me video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Sorry we've been sat in such a random place. I feel like we've definitely shared a lot. I feel like I've definitely opened up a lot in this video, which has been nice. Like I really feel comfortable with sharing on YouTube. I don't know what it is. I feel like everyone is so lovely on YouTube, and yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed finding out a little bit more about me. And my next video next week will be a comeback with me, because I'm off to Barcelona, so I'll be showing you all my outfits, all my bikinis, all my like beauty buys for the trip, which is a ridiculous amount, guys. I've gone crazy, and it's a city break, but I have literally gone crazy with the wardrobe and the beauty buys. So yeah, I will see you guys next Sunday, and don't forget to give this video a like and a comment and subscribe to my channel if you have enjoyed.